Pixar has one of the best track records in the animation industry today, or possibly ever. They're masters of heartwarming stories that go a little bit deeper than the typical cartoon, so it should come as no surprise that they also spend an inordinate amount of time hiding little Easter eggs all over their films. Some you probably caught, others not so much. An Easter egg is a deliberate call-out or reference that is hidden in such a way that it isn't immediately obvious. For example, see this. This is an Easter egg that I'll explain in just a second. On the other hand, did you know John Ratzenberger plays a role in every single Pixar film? That's really interesting, but not an Easter egg. For the purposes of this video, we're only going to focus on what's shown on screen. It's a long list, but we're going to do our best to list all the ones we could find. In the comments, let us know which ones are new to you. And without further ado, my name is JD, and today on Channel Frederator, we're listing every Pixar Easter egg we could find. Well, let's get started. Pizza Planet, the greatest arcade/pizza joint the world over. It also does deliveries, and deliveries require an awesome truck with an awesome rocket on top. It's so cool, in fact, that it makes its way into every single Pixar movie. Oh, and we're not counting the Toy Story movies. Because it's a major set piece there, it's not an Easter egg to have them in those movies. In A Bug's Life, you can see the truck parked outside a trailer right around the time that a poor bug meets its end thanks to the temptation of a bright insect lamp. In Monsters, Inc., we see the same trailer truck combo, and again we see violence as the inhabitants beat Randall with a shovel. In Finding Nemo, the truck appears as the fish in the dentist's office come up with a way to escape their captivity and return to the ocean. There's actually some conflict when it comes to The Incredibles. Some people claim you could see one parallel parked in the final battle sequence, and others claim it's just a regular yellow cab. The Huffington Post asked Brad Bird about it. He said he was too busy making the movie, so he doesn't know either way, but there might still be one in there. You can see a sentient one watching the race for the Piston Cup. The truck is crossing a bridge in the background of a shot in Ratatouille. In WALL-E, Eve scans a Pizza Planet truck on her visit to Earth. Up actually gets 3 references to the truck. Once when the house is taking off, once in Carl's dream, and once at the very end of the film. The truck shows up to catch another race in Cars 2. In Brave, it appears as a wood carving in the witch's house. A Pizza Planet truck shows up to deliver to a house party in Monsters University. The jury is still speculating on the placement of the truck in Inside Out. According to Pete Docter, it's hidden 3 times, but it's very well disguised. The most obvious place to look is the memory spheres, but that's a lot of data to sift through. And The Good Dinosaur has a shape resembling the truck on a wall of rocks. Along the lines of the Pizza Planet truck, the ball from Pixar's short Luxo Jr. has also made the rounds as a prolific Easter egg. Some of these are pretty obvious, but the animators do get clever. The yellow with red star is used as the floor in Red's dream. In Toy Story, it bounces across the hall while the soldiers are investigating Andy's birthday. Buzz bounces off of it later as he's quotey fingers falling with style. In Toy Story 2, it appears in the marketing and store proper of Al's Toy Barn. Boo has a Luxo ball in her room. The dentist's office has one in their waiting room. There isn't an instance of the Luxo ball in the main Incredibles movie. The ball would make it into the short Jack Jack Attack. The ball appears, as if by magic, more than once in the short Presto. There's a kid watching the house go by and up, and she has a Luxo ball in her room. There's another one later if you look closely at Russell's merit badges. The sandbox at Sunnyside Daycare has one. The witch's house in Brave. We should probably just end up calling this the Easter egg house. The ball appears on a wall during the scare games in Monsters University. You can see a ball in a flashback of young Riley and an imaginary friend. A Luxo ball floats along while Arlo and Spot are tripping on some bad food. Here's a little classroom lesson for you. A lot of people at the top of Pixar all did animation at Cal Arts, and their animation classes took place in room A113. In tribute to their instruction, you can find it all over the place. Andy's mom's car has the license plate A113. In A Bug's Life, it's on a cereal box in Bug City. In Toy Story 2, it's a flight number announced at the airport. It's the camera model number at the beginning of Finding Nemo. In The Incredibles, Mr. Incredible is held on level A1 and cell 13. Mater's license plate is also A113. In addition, the train McQueen nearly runs into has the number as well. One of Remy's rat companions has an ear tag. The number is, take a guess. A113 is quite overt in WALL-E. It's the code for the axiom to leave Earth and never return. In Cars 2, A113 is also on Siddeley's tail and is a reference number for a secret spy image. The Witch's Easter Egg Emporium has ACXIII. CXII is 113. A113 is also the classroom for Scare 101 in Monsters University. In Inside Out, you can see the numbers when Riley is running away and stops to check her phone. It's also her schoolroom number in San Francisco. The number is hidden in the wooden sticks of a fence in The Good Dinosaur. Prehistoric dinosaurs still love their hidden gags. And not content to just have their traditional Easter egg, each film references other Pixar films back and forth across time. When Randall is doing his camouflage against different wallpapers, one of them is Andy's room. Does that mean Andy was tormented by Randall in his younger years? Boo owns a Jessie doll. When the scaring floor of the office office is converted into the laughing floor, you can see a clown in one of the corners. It's the same one in Andy's room. The waiting room has a Buzz Lightyear doll. Not surprising, they were a popular toy. Bob, aka Mr. Incredible, has a Rock'em Sock'em robots in his office. Perhaps they're the same ones we saw in Toy Story. In the Cars world, one of the most popular brands of tires is Lightyear tires, no doubt a reference to everyone's favorite Space Ranger. If you look at the films the movie theater is showing, you'll find that they're all references to other Pixar films. In the case of Toy Story, we have Toy Car Story. McQueen's number is 95, the year the first Toy Story came out. A whole bunch of toys are in Wally's house. Andy's calendar has ants carrying blades of grass. Mrs. Potato Head is reading a book on A Bug's Life. Buzz is chopping down tree branches on the way to Al's. One of them has a teeny tiny Heimlich. The bugs are also toys in Al's Toy Barn. The Bug's Life theme serves as elevator music as Al leaves for Japan. There's a toy version of Flick in Sunnyside. Car versions of Mike and Sully appear in a restaurant. Back to the witch's Easter egg house, there's a wood carving of Sully. Boo gives Sully a clownfish toy, a precursor to Finding Nemo. There's a clownfish behind the sushi chef as well, and a bunch of fish and creatures appear as toys in the daycare. A boy in the dentist's office is reading a Mr. Incredible comic. Bon Voyage is clearly disguised as a mime. You can briefly see Linguini's boxers. They appear to be the Incredibles logo. And the theater is showing the Incredimobiles. In the background of the final fight, you can see a car that looks very similar to Doc Hudson. Andy has a poster and a calendar featuring different Cars characters, including Finn McMissile. Toys in Sunnyside Daycare resemble some of the characters from Cars. A scooter from the film shows up in a trash pile on Earth. Gusteau's restaurant exists in the Cars version of Paris, and it's called Gasto's. In the short Your Friend the Rat, Wally is driving a vehicle on Mars. In Ratatouille, Remy is confronted by the shadow of a dog. It looks a lot like Doug. Andy has a postcard from Ellie and Carl. Newt is a Pixar production that never made it to the big screen. However, since Pixar loves to make references to its own productions even before they come out, you can still see artifacts about this movie. This reference shows up in Andy's room, where he has a Newt crossing sign. In Cars 2, during a chase in London, there's a crash to an old-timey pub. Hanging in said pub is a tapestry similar to the family tapestry in Brave, except all the characters in it are cars. Pixar has a number of animated shorts it's produced in addition to its larger films, and you've probably seen one of these before a feature presentation. This is also where Pixar gets the Luxo lamp. Pixar likes to leave little tributes to them all over the place. In Toy Story, one of the books on Andy's shelves is titled The Adventures of Andre and Wally B. In Toy Story 3, Wally B is a design on Bonnie's backpack. Andy has a lamp that is suspiciously similar to a Luxo brand lamp, though it's not the same color. In the scene where Sully is holding a garbage cube and Boo's eyeball withers and falls, it's the exact same sound as Luxo Jr. makes. The Eve statue Wally builds uses the lamp as an arm. The birds appear in two spots on power lines, once in Cars and once in Inside Out. Jerry's not just a chess player, he also repairs toys. These characters are both named Jerry and use the same model. Not all Pixar Easter eggs relate to Pixar, so we have a list of Easter eggs here that reference other things. The number 237 comes up a number of times in Pixar movies, including Riley's username in Inside Out. This is the room number in The Shining. The carpet in the upper landing of Sid's house is the exact same pattern as the carpet in The Shining. And lastly, in Toy Story 3, one of the toys in Bonnie's room looks suspiciously like Totoro from My Neighbor Totoro. Hey guys, I know you like cartoons, but are we covering the shows you like? Channel Frederator is running a survey to learn just that. Click the link in the description to fill it out, and be entered into a chance to win a Stash Riot gift card. Did we miss any Easter eggs you know of? Any that surprised you? Be sure to let us know in the comments below. If you like the sound of my oddly prepubescent voice, check out my channel, the Ink and Paint Club podcast, where my friends and I review movies and chat about cartoons. And if you like this video, check out some of the other stuff on Channel Frederator by clicking on the links here or in the description below. Be sure to subscribe, and remember, Frederator loves ya.